Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Culinary Curiosities. I'm your host, Wow Awesome Facts, ready to take you on a captivating journey through the world of food. Today we're going to dive into the world of the strange, the unusual, and the downright bizarre. We're about to explore food traditions from across the globe that may surprise, delight, or even shock you. From the Philippines to Iceland, from Italy to Sweden, we're going to discover delicacies that challenge our preconceptions of what food can be. We'll uncover the unique, the fascinating, and sometimes the controversial. So whether you're a seasoned foodie with an adventurous palate or simply curious about the diverse culinary landscape of our world, this journey promises to be an unforgettable one. So, without further ado, fasten your seatbelts and prepare to be amazed. Our first stop is the Philippines, where they enjoy a delicacy called Balute. This dish is a testament to the saying, "Don't knock it till you try it." Balute, at its core, is a fertilized duck egg, allowed to develop for anywhere between 17 to 21 days before being boiled. Yes, you heard that right. Inside this seemingly ordinary egg is a partially formed duck embryo. Now, the preparation is fairly straightforward. The egg is first placed in warm sand or cloth to incubate. Over the course of several days, the egg develops into an embryo. Once ready, the egg is boiled much like you would a chicken egg. The result is a delicacy that is both surprising and intriguing. But how is it consumed, you ask? Well, the locals have a particular way of enjoying balut. It's usually eaten in the evening, often paired with a cold beer. The top of the egg is cracked open, a pinch of salt is added, sometimes a splash of vinegar, and then the savory soup surrounding the embryo is sipped. Once the broth is finished, the rest of the egg is peeled, revealing the yolk and the embryo, which are eaten together. In the Philippines, balut is more than just a food item. It's a cultural symbol, a source of national pride, and a staple in many celebrations. Locals believe it's not only a tasty treat, but also an aphrodisiac. Now, let's head to Iceland, where they have a unique tradition known as Hackl. Hackl, or fermented shark, is a dish steeped in tradition and history. It's made from a type of shark called the Greenland shark, one of the few species that can survive the icy waters of the North Atlantic. But here's the catch. The fresh meat of the Greenland shark is poisonous to humans due to high concentrations of urea and trimethylamine oxide. So, how do the Icelanders turn this toxic creature into a national delicacy? Well, it's all in the preparation. The shark is first beheaded, then placed in a shallow hole dug in gravelly sand. The now headless shark is covered with sand and stones, so it can ferment properly. The pressure from the stones slowly presses the fluids out of the flesh, helping to detoxify it. After 6 to 12 weeks, the shark is dug up, cut into strips, and hung to dry for several more months. During this time, a brown crust forms on the meat, which is then removed before serving. The final product has a strong ammonia-rich smell and a distinctive fishy taste. It's often served in small cubes on toothpicks, accompanied by a shot of local schnapps. For those brave enough to try it, Hackl offers a culinary experience like no other. The result is an acquired taste, to say the least. Our next destination is Sardinia, Italy. This Mediterranean island is home to a variety of unique foods, but one in particular stands out: casu marzu. This sheep milk cheese, whose name literally translates to rotten cheese, is a traditional Sardinian delicacy that's as intriguing as it is offbeat. The process of making casu marzu is a fascinating one. A wheel of pecorino cheese is left outside, allowing cheese flies to lay their eggs inside it. The eggs then hatch into larvae, which begin to consume the cheese, breaking down its fats and proteins. This process gives casu marzu its distinctive creamy texture. But what really sets this cheese apart is that it's typically eaten while the larvae are still alive. Yes, you heard it right. The live larvae are part and parcel of the casu marzu experience. The cheese is often spread on flatbread, paired with a strong red wine, and enjoyed as part of a hearty meal. Casu marzu holds a significant place in Sardinian culture. It's often served at special occasions and celebrations, and despite its eyebrow-raising preparation method, it's considered a prized delicacy. It's a testament to the island's culinary traditions that have been preserved and passed down through generations. The larvae enhance the cheese's texture, but be warned, it's not for the faint of heart. From Italy, we move to Sweden, where they enjoy a Cstruming. This is no ordinary dish. It's a bold, aromatic testament to the adventurous spirit of Swedish cuisine. Cstruming, or fermented Baltic sea herring, is a traditional Swedish dish that dates back to the 16th century. The process of creating this delicacy is a careful art. The herrings, caught in spring, are left to ferment in barrels for a couple of months before being canned, where the fermentation continues. By autumn, the cans are bulging and the Cstruming is ready to be savored. When it comes to consuming Cstruming, it's a communal affair, typically enjoyed outdoors due to its strong, distinctive aroma. The canned fish is often opened submerged in a bucket of water to contain the initial burst of smell. It's usually served on thin, crisp bread with boiled potatoes, onions, and sour cream, creating a symphony of flavors that dance on the palate. Cstruming holds a place of cultural significance in Sweden. It's not just about the food, it's about the camaraderie, the laughter, and the shared experience. The Cstruming party, or Cstruming skiva, is a cherished summer tradition bringing together family and friends in a celebration of Swedish heritage. So, whether you're a culinary daredevil or a culture explorer, Cstruming offers a unique gastronomic adventure. It's a love-it-or-hate-it delicacy. In the United States, particularly the Rocky Mountain region, we find Rocky Mountain oysters. Now, don't be fooled by the name. These oysters are not harvested from the sea, but rather, they come from a source much closer to the pasture. That's right, Rocky Mountain oysters are deep-fried bull or bison testicles, a dish that's been part of the region's culinary tradition for generations. The process of preparing Rocky Mountain oysters is as intriguing as the dish itself. The testicles are first peeled, then flattened, and often marinated in a savory mix of spices and sauces. After they've had time to soak up all that flavor, they're coated in flour, salt, pepper, and sometimes a touch of garlic. Then they're deep-fried to a golden brown, resulting in a crisp exterior and a tender interior. As you bite into a Rocky Mountain oyster, you might be surprised by the taste and texture. Some say it's similar to venison, others compare it to calamari, but most agree that it's a taste all its own, something truly unique to the Rocky Mountain region. And while this dish may not be for everyone, it holds a special place in American food culture. It's not uncommon to find Rocky Mountain oysters being served at community events, cowboy gatherings, and local fairs and festivals, where they're often enjoyed with a cold beer and a side of good-natured humor, a favorite at many local fairs and festivals. Vietnam has a spine-tingling tradition of snake wine. This age-old custom, steeped in rich history, is as much about bravery as it is about flavor and medicinal benefits. Snake wine is a potent brew, prepared by placing a venomous snake, often a cobra, inside a bottle of rice wine. Yes, you heard right, a venomous snake in a wine bottle. This intriguing concoction is not for the squeamish. The snake, usually coiled in a striking pose, is submerged in the wine, where it remains until the venom dissolves. But fear not, the alcohol in the rice wine neutralizes the venom, making it safe to drink. The process of preparation is a spectacle in itself, with the snake being chosen and inserted into the bottle right before the customer's eyes. This is not a quick process, though. The snake wine needs to ferment for at least 3 months before it's ready for consumption. Snake wine is more than just a drink in Vietnam. It's considered a tonic, believed to have medicinal properties. It's often consumed to improve health and vitality, and some even claim it can cure ailments like hair loss and back pain. Despite its intimidating appearance, snake wine is a staple in Vietnamese culture, enjoyed in small shots during special occasions and celebrations. It's a testament to the adventurous spirit of the Vietnamese people, creating a unique, and for some, medicinal drink. Greenland brings us Kivak, a dish prepared by stuffing 300 to 500 small seabirds into a seal's skin. This might sound unusual, but it's a centuries-old Inuit tradition that has survived the test of time. The preparation of Kivak starts with the hunt for a seal and hundreds of little auks, a type of seabird. The birds are then carefully placed into the hollowed-out body of the seal, feathers and all. The seal's skin is then sewn up, leaving the beaks of the birds protruding to allow for the release of gases during the fermentation process. This seal and bird package is then buried under a pile of rocks to ferment in the cold Arctic temperatures. The fermentation process can take anywhere from 3 to 18 months, depending on the preference of the preparer. Once the fermentation is complete, the sealskin is cut open, and the fermented birds are plucked out and eaten raw. The birds have a distinct, intensely flavored taste that is often compared to a mature blue cheese. This tradition is more than just a method of food preservation. It's a community event that brings families and friends together in Greenland. The preparation, waiting, and eventual feast are all part of the cultural significance of Kivak. The result is a strong-smelling, intensely flavored treat. Cambodia is known for a ping, a delicacy made from deep-fried tarantula spiders. This might sound a tad bit unsettling for some, but for the Cambodians, it's a much-loved snack. The tradition of hunting and cooking these 8-legged creatures dates back to the famine during the Khmer Rouge regime, when Cambodians had to adapt and find alternative sources of nutrition. These arachnids, known as zebra tarantulas for their striped bodies, are carefully caught from the forests and rice paddies of Cambodia. They are then defanged, cleaned, and prepared for cooking. The spiders are marinated in a mixture of sugar, salt, and MSG before being deep-fried until crispy. The result? A crunchy snack that's often sold by street vendors and served in restaurants across the country. The locals enjoy these deep-fried tarantulas as a quick snack, much like popcorn or chips. They're also served with a side of black pepper and lime dip to enhance the flavors. But a ping is not just about the flavor, it's also about the cultural significance. This dish symbolizes resilience and adaptation in the face of adversity. It's a testament to the Cambodian spirit of survival, reminding us of a time when food was scarce and people had to innovate to survive. Today, a ping has evolved from a survival food to a national delicacy, attracting adventurous foodies from around the world. Locals appreciate their crunchy texture and nutty flavor. We head down under to Australia, where indigenous communities have long savored witchetty grubs. These aren't your average grubs. They're the large, juicy larvae of several moth species. And let me tell you, they're not just bugs. They're a vital part of the indigenous Australian diet. The name witchetty comes from Adnyamathanha language, where wityu means hooked stick and varti means grub. Traditionally, these grubs are hunted using a hooked stick to dig them out from the roots of the witchetty bush, hence their name. Their preparation is quite straightforward. Once gathered, they can be eaten raw or lightly cooked over coals. Raw witchetty grubs are said to taste like almonds, and when cooked, they have a similar taste and texture to scrambled eggs. But these grubs are more than just an interesting dish. They hold a significant cultural value among indigenous Australians. They're a traditional source of proteins and fats, and their consumption dates back thousands of years. Eating witchetty grubs connects indigenous communities with their ancestral past, their land, and their survival stories. They also play a role in indigenous ceremonies and stories. For example, the Dreamtime story of the witchetty grub man is a popular tale told to children, which narrates the origin of the grub. So the next time you think about Australian cuisine, remember, it's not just about Vegemite sandwiches. These large wood-eating moth larvae are considered a delicacy and are often eaten raw. Our final stop is Mexico, where they celebrate Eskimoles, ant larvae often referred to as Mexican caviar. Eskimoles are a pre-Hispanic delicacy harvested from the roots of the agave or maguey plants. These tiny white edible pearls are the larvae of a particular species of ant known as Leometopum apiculatum, which makes its home in the high-altitude regions of Mexico. Harvesting Eskimoles is a skillful task, requiring precision and patience, as the ant hills are carefully excavated to avoid harming the queen ant. The collected larvae are then cleaned and cooked, transforming into a creamy, nutty delicacy that has been savored in Mexico for centuries. Eskimoles have a unique, slightly nutty flavor, with a cottage cheese-like texture. They're often pan-fried with butter and spices until they become crispy, then served with guacamole and tortillas, or used as a filling for tacos and omelets. Despite their humble origins, Eskimoles are now a gourmet ingredient, highly prized in high-end Mexican cuisine for their distinct flavor and rich cultural history. But Eskimoles are more than just a food item. They carry a deep cultural significance, symbolizing a connection to the past and a respect for the natural environment. They are a testament to the innovative spirit of Mexico's indigenous cultures, who, despite limited resources, managed to create a culinary tradition that continues to thrive and innovate. They're enjoyed in various dishes, such as tacos or omelets. Well, there you have it, folks. A whirlwind tour of some of the most bizarre food traditions from around the world. From the fertilized duck egg delicacy of the Philippines to the unusual yet cherished Mexican caviar, we've explored a gamut of gastronomical wonders. Each of these traditions, no matter how peculiar they may seem, add a unique flavor to humanity's rich culinary tapestry. They're a testament to the diversity, creativity, and adaptability of cultures and their cuisines. So, whether it's relishing deep-fried tarantula spiders in Cambodia, or braving the pungent aroma of Sweden's fermented herring, remember, it's all about perspective. These foods, loved by many in their respective cultures, remind us that taste is subjective, and there's a world of flavors waiting to be explored. Thanks for joining us on Culinary Curiosities. Until next time, keep an open mind and a hungry heart. Goodbye.